Yo, yo, yo. Where's my time up? Just gave me a hard time trying to come on here. I didn't want to connect. I don't know what happened, but this thing's whack as shit. I don't know what happened. Very good. It works. It works now. It works. Yep. It's working. So that's good. Mm-mm-mm. It's Vindy. You know Vindy? In Bermuda, we don't say woo, we, and W, we say V, Vindy. Is Vindy ever, you know, Vindy? Instead of when you coming over here, it's Van you coming over here. I gotta find that shirt too. I'm looking online at these shirts. I'm saying, fuck, I have that shirt somewhere. Can't remember where the hell they put it. I gotta go looking for that shit. Guys, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do for dinner tonight. I have no idea. I'm so sick and tired of thinking about dinner and thinking about what to make. I'm getting fed up, man. I don't know what to make for dinner tonight. I really don't. But you know what I feel like? I feel like a homemade pizza. What I do is I get a panini bread, like a circle one, and I'll put mushrooms on it, bacon, pepperoni, some sauce, some cheese, some olives, and that's my homemade pizza. Sometimes I chop up hot dogs and put like pieces of hot dog on the pizza. Actually, I might do that today. Smells like a winner. I think I'm gonna have a homemade pizza tonight. Fuck it. Why not? Homemade pizza sounds good tonight. I think so. Something nice and easy. Oh yeah? Yeah, really windy. Great. Holy shit. It's getting very windy. It's getting very windy around here. I didn't even know they had pool table covers. That's cool. I like that. That is cool. They have a Red Sox pool table cover. That's cool. I wonder if they have a Celtics one. I'd definitely get it. Oh, cool. They even have the Red Sox pool table there. Fuck, that's cool. They even have a Red Sox pool stick. Ah, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. That is some pretty cool shit. I did not know that. What in the world? It's getting windy. It's getting windy. It's getting windy. That's pretty awesome. What was that thing called again? It's called a pool table, an 8-foot pool table cover. I wonder if they have the Boston Celtics one. If they do, I might get. Oh. Hey Erica, how you doing? I'm good. It's been one of those days. This morning it started raining, so I didn't go to work because I have to work outside and it was just shitty weather. Now it's sunny and it's very windy. But yeah, I've been on here twice now. You doing good? Good to hear. Glad to hear that. Yeah, otherwise that. Oh yeah, that's right. You were saying the other day you were packing. Cool. I hope you have a great time and a safe trip. You and your children. If your children are going with you, obviously. But yeah, have a great time. Enjoy yourself. Live it up. Okay, cool. You're going for the weekend. Cool. Nice. Yeah, I don't blame you. A lot of people are going away today and tomorrow because school's off for like 2 weeks, midterm break. My nephews are going to be off for 2 weeks, so it's good for me too, because I get to not have to drive to go get them every day for school, save some gas. And then a month from now, it's Good Friday, Easter weekend. Time's flying already. I haven't been on a vacation in 5 years, so I think it's time that I go this year. But I'm not sure where I want to go or when I want to go. I just don't know yet. I have to see how things are. I really don't feel like going anywhere. I like being here and just chilling. I've been away so many times. I've been on vacation everywhere. I've done so much traveling. I just want to take a chill for a couple years and just relax. Yeah, yeah. I don't blame you. Don't go to those places. Well, my one of my favorite places is Boston, and they're burning up Teslas and shit. So I'm not going there. I'm disappointed in Boston and the people in Boston for doing dumb shit like that. Like all these people burning shit and burning Teslas. What the fuck are you doing? You know. Meanwhile, the Democrats said 2, 3 years ago that, oh yeah, electric cars are great. Nah, they're not great because he didn't stay on your side. And you wonder why you people are burning shit, doing dumb shit. That's why I don't want to go to the United States no time soon. Because here in Bermuda, we don't put up with that bullshit. We don't do those type of things. I'd rather be safe at home than go away to the United States and have some dumb shit happen. Then I would never go again. So I'd rather like just wait till things calm down and everybody realizes that they're dumb, and then I'll just go away then. But I don't know. I mean, I know it probably won't affect me if I go, but because I'm not burning anything down anyway. But I don't like electric cars either. But I'm not gonna go burn them down. Like what the fuck? Yeah, I kind of figured that, but I don't really care. Like as long as I'm not there and I'm not dealing with it, then I'm cool. But I was very disappointed to find out that people in Boston were doing that. It was kind of like really stupid. But whatever. But I'm not going anywhere. I don't think I'm going anywhere no time soon. I kind of want to chill and just be here, be home, stay home and relax. I got everything I need. I got everything I want. Plus summertime, like probably next month, I'm gonna be starting to get busy working and stuff. Yeah, he's another one, but he's been crazy forever. People said that Kim Kardashian made him crazy. He was been crazy. He was crazy before that. A lot of those people are all crazy, man. They all sell their souls and then they get stupid. Money makes everybody crazy. See, yeah, bipolar, buy stupid, buy whatever they. That's why I never really listened to his music either. There's a lot of guys I don't listen to, and then a couple years later, I'm like, yeah, that's probably why I didn't listen to him. End up being weirdos. Yeah. Or I'm not shocked to hear about Diddy, that's for sure, because I always knew he was a weirdo. I've never liked Diddy. I've never liked Kanye. I've never liked Jay Z and Beyonce. Never liked them at all. I never liked Eminem. I never liked a lot of those people. Like I just don't really care to listen to their music because it's all to me it's all garbage to me. I can't listen to that shit. Yeah, exactly. Well, they all do, because they have so much money and power, and they're wondering why they don't have it anymore, wondering why they can't get it when they want it and they need it. And then they all act like they love God and preach God's word and then do dumb shit. Kanye has it was an interview I saw with him, like he was on talking about God and my savior Jesus Christ, and then the next day you got a hoe next to you that's going naked to the Grammys with you or naked to the fucking thing. I was like, oh, that's a great. You definitely believe in God when you got hoes all over you. That's great. All right, there, bro. Leave God out of your name, because you ain't doing God's works. If you're with a hoe and you're doing dumb shit with her all over the place, whatever, bro. Mental as fuck. But they all are. They're all crazy. I ain't got no time for none of these people. I don't like Kendrick Lamar either. I never have. Never liked him. I don't like Drake either. I don't like none of those guys. I'm not really a fan of like I like some of their music is good, but I won't like buy their albums and like worship them like these people do. Hell no. Cause I know what they are behind closed doors. I know all of them. I know how they all are. They're all like sold their soul to the devil, and they act like they love God, but they don't. Because if they did, they wouldn't do half the songs that they do. I never really liked them like that. I'm an old school rap guy. I like Nas. I like 50, Nas, like French Montana, and I like Little Dark. And none of those guys are like, saints or any like, love God either, but I like their music. And I like one of my favorite rappers died, Chinks. He used to be a part of like French Montana and them guys. But I like those type of rappers. I don't like the other. I like New York rappers a lot. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a good thing, but he's very popular right now because of what he did to Drake. So, which I think was hilarious. Like that's like one of the first times an actual diss track, went viral and was like the hit song at, for a long time. I like J. Cole too. He doesn't like, he's not in the media either. But there's a lot of weirdos and stuff. Well, my analysis on getting into heaven is almost impossible because like I don't feel that people go to heaven or we're worthy of knowing who's there, because that's God's sanctuary. That's God's place of like, where only the great people and good people are there. And I think that all of us sin too much in order to be even considered to go there. So that's why there's that saying, heaven is a place on earth. So when you die and you become a spirit, you go back to earth. You stay on earth. You don't go to heaven. You just stay on earth, and then you get to see, your siblings, your children, your family. You get to do things while you're a spirit. That's why when we are at home, we feel spiritual energy, because they're not in heaven. There's only a few people that go to heaven, and you have to be like really, really, you know, next to perfect. You don't have to be perfect, but you have to be close to it. And if you've done a lot of dumb shit, you'll be forgiven and put back on earth, but you won't go to hell. But I feel like if you murder somebody, you're going to hell. If you kill somebody, you're going to hell. But then you have those who do it in self-defense. So then I think you get pardoned. But I don't really believe that people actually go to heaven because you're not worthy enough. And when you do spiritual work and you're a medium and you're like, you talk to spirit and you're dealing with spirit, you don't I've never really I wouldn't say never. I would say people are delusional, but I've been doing this like a long time and I've never really seen like spirits that are like perfect or like next or almost perfect. I've never had a spirit say to me, I'm coming from heaven. Oh, this is heaven. This is what it looks like. I always see spirit on earth because I am not worthy to see who's in heaven. Because who the fuck am I? I'm a regular person in the world. Or because I have the gift doesn't mean that I'm like have a key to heaven to see who's in there. You know what I mean? It doesn't work that way. Like, right. And the good place is pretty much in your home or the home of others or their old home or their old job or they're with their family, you know? Because like a lot of times when I do mediumship, I see the whole family in one place, like celebrating or in like at a table at somebody's home, or they're at the home that I described that you're in, or like they're just on Earth. I never see like, the pearly gates and oh yeah, Mark, this is heaven, welcome. I don't believe that. Like I believe in God and Jesus and Mary and Joseph and I believe the whole story and all that stuff, but as a medium for years and years and years, I've never encountered Jesus or a God like God or anything like that, or I've never like had them say to me, "Hey, look, you know, you're doing a great job, Mark. Keep on talking to these dead people out here. You're not worthy to see that type of energy. You're only worthy to see like the energy that is on earth. Because once we get to the spirit realm, that's your decision. That's the decision that has to be made. I think you have a choice. You can either go to heaven and just, be there with heavenly people, or you can choose to come back to earth and stay on earth, and like do it and help people. Well, you'll probably be fine because you believe in it and you know it, so you'll probably be okay. Yeah, I mean, anybody can really talk to spirit. You just have to get the confirmation that who it is. Yeah, like a lot of people claim they do it, like, and they think they're mediums, but you have to be able to describe who the person you're dealing with. Like, you have to describe the person. And the reason why some people like myself and others, they can actually describe a person that's on earth that's living. So that's how am I gonna know what they look like if you don't tell me? It's because spirits on earth showing you. They're saying, ah, this is what the guy looks like, Mark. Look, this is him right here. So when I see that, people are like, but I thought you only see dead people. No, I can see people in that are living, but with the power of spirit, they're gonna show me. It doesn't matter if you're dead or alive, I can see you, through spirit, because they're gonna show you. But there's never been a day in my life where, you know, spirit has told me, hey Mark, there's a place in heaven for you. It don't work that way. In my eyes, and my vision, and my life experiences, I don't believe that anybody's really worthy to go to heaven unless God wants you there, or God feels like you did a lot on earth to be in heaven. But I still feel we have a choice because most people, right? If God asked you right now, right? If you die right now and you become a spirit, right? So as soon as you come before God, God's gonna say, look, I have a couple choices for you. You're not going to heaven because you've been sinning on earth, and we don't need nobody else up here because we have enough decent people up here anyway. But I would tell you one thing, I can get rid of your whole spirit. You can go back to earth as a different person, or I feel like he says, you know what? I know you love your family and you miss your family. Here they are in spirit. And then they give you another chance. Look, then he tells you another thing. He says, hey, look, if you want to go back to earth as a spirit and see your wife, your kids, your family, and be in your home, we'll allow you to do that. But you can't fuck around, like, or else we're going to take you away because you can't be haunting them or, aggravating them. Just be there for them. Make sure they're okay. Make sure you do things in the house to make sure that they're protected or, things like that. And I honestly and truly believe that because the movies show you, and not only the movies show you, a medium can see that. A medium can show you all those things. If they're the right medium, they can show you anything. Hey, Maria, you good? Yeah, there's no reason to be scared. Um, I don't get scared. I just get these chills that make me kind of like afraid a bit. I'm like I was only scared like in the very beginning, scared to bring in, bad spirits or have bad spirits take over my body. Because I've seen that shit happen, like, and it happens, they show you in movies because it happens in real life. Because if you can't control it, they're gonna control you. And they can really like, get into you. That's why a lot of people have to watch their mouth because when they're a medium, because they can bring in like bad shit, and then you'll be fucked. You'll get the attachment, and then you have to do all this work to get rid of it because like it's like you basically give them access to you. But I never really wanted to be a medium and do all that type of stuff, but it was a part of my life, and I just had to choose whether or not I wanted to do it. And then when I started doing it, years ago, and when I came on here and I started doing like live mediumship readings for people, it got out of hand because like I started to see a lot of people who committed suicide, and I don't want to see that. I'm against that, like, and I don't like that part of the whole mediumship thing. And when you commit suicide, you're committing one of the biggest sins in the world, you know. And it all depends. Like I said, everything has a depend and a if and a what and a who. Everything can be contemplated and compromised. But to me, like I told Spirit that I didn't want that. I didn't want to see, people who hung themselves or killed themselves. But they said, look, this is how you're gonna get, people to believe you. This is how you're gonna get people to understand you really do this type of work. So I had to get tested in the beginning by a lot of people. And then when I told people, look, I see this, I see that, they started to believe in it more and more. And then that's why like I don't have to prove anything anymore. But I had to go through like things that I didn't want to go through to get to where I am now. And now I don't really get too many people come here with that type of energy where the person like commits suicide. I don't really like reading that type of energy because it's something that I don't like. But I try not to judge, and I try not to like, I try to accept the fact that this happens and it's a part of life, and these people need closure or they need help. So I don't really, I can deny them, but I don't. But I just ask Spirit to limit those type of readings for me because I don't want it. And they have. But it's a lot different for me now because I can control the energy. I can control the spirit more and ask the spirit to gently come in and tell me what's going on before and show me themselves so I can give the confidence to the person I'm reading. And I always put pressure on them instead of putting the pressure on me. I put the pressure on them, meaning that I say to them, look, these people are paying me to get information from you. So are you going to give me the information or do I tell them no? You know? Because if these people are going to give me $55 for a half an hour for a reading, and you don't come through and you make me look like a rookie, then I'm gonna fucking be mad at you, like, because these people are paying good money to get me to read for them. So that's what I do before somebody takes me into like a mediumship private reading off of here, right? So, but when I do mediumship readings on here, you know, it's not the same as if I have you by yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's interference and there's like other people listening and watching. So it's kind of like, crazy. But I can still do it. It's just that I prefer to do those things. Yeah, I fuck off spirit a lot. I tell him, don't be making me look like no rookie. Fuck that. Don't be making me look like I don't know what I'm doing. This person gave me $55 for a half an hour, and a half an hour I'm telling them I can't see nothing. They'll be like, this guy's bullshit, he's a scam. And then you're gonna give me a bad reputation. That shit's happened already. Where I fucked the spirit off and told them, I can't believe I can see you. I told the person what you look like, but you don't want to speak to him. And then I asked the person kindly, I said, look, do you even speak to this person? And they admitted that they haven't forgave them and what they did. I said, well, how the fuck you expect this person in spirit to talk to you if you ain't forgave them and you guys don't like each other? You think that shit changes in spirit world? No, doesn't change. They take, why you think they have that saying, I'm taking this shit to the grave? They take that shit to the grave literally. So don't think because they're dead in their spirit, they're like, oh yeah, bygones be bygones, I'm cool with you now. It don't work that way. You must be crazy. Fuck that. You think I'm gonna be talking to my enemies and people who I don't like in spirit? You must be nuts. No way. I don't fucking care about you. I'm gonna haunt your ass. Well, the thing is with that, Erica, that's true to an extent because a lot of people are tapping into other people without their consent. You know what I'm saying? But that's why sometimes I joke around on here and I talk about terror blackmail because you're asking me to check somebody else's shit, right? So if their spirit and mind combine to give you the message, then you're going to get it, right? Because maybe their spirits, see, everybody has a shitload of people that are dead in spirit that deal with them. Some they like and some they don't like. So the ones they don't like are going to give me the information about them to get them back or to make them look bad. And then the good ones are going to be like, hey, yo, don't be doing that shit. And they're going to be like, fuck you, this person deserves it. We're going to do it this one time. We're going to tell Mark their dirty little secrets. So I call it terror blackmail, and people start laughing at me, but really it's true. Because that's what they do. I've had spirit like stick their middle finger up to me and tell them fuck you, tell them fuck off, don't speak to me, bitch. I'm like, all right, calm down, calm down. And I'll just tell the person, look, this person don't want to speak to you. They don't like you or they don't want to talk to you. So they're like, yeah, I figured as much because before they died, we were in a bad place. And I'm like, so why the fuck you asking me to speak to somebody that you don't that doesn't give a shit about you? What you want me to confirm that they don't give a shit about you? You should know better to ask me about someone you don't like. Certain things from my dad said that's energy. That's because they can't trust them with that energy. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I believe that. That's why a lot of people are against this because when you come in here and ask me how somebody feels about you or how much somebody thinks about you, I have to tap into that person's energy to get their thoughts and feelings. And when I don't get it, that means that I'm being like blocked from getting the truth because they ain't gonna give it to me either. But like I said, sometimes we're getting the messages from the people who don't like them, and there's nothing that the other person can do because spirits are gonna do what the fuck they want, just like how we do what the fuck we want. A lot of people don't understand the whole thing, how you get answers, But sometimes you're getting answers from people that don't like those people. And it's not, and they might be bad spirits, and we're tapping into the energy, but we need the answer. We're looking for the answer. And sometimes, man, I feel like I can't get the answer. I'm gonna tell you, and then that's your problem after that. I can only guess so much. I'm not God. I don't know all the answers, but I feel like that's how it works because I've seen how spirit act and how they carry on. Like, they're like, no, no, I ain't giving you no information. Fuck that. And then some of them are like, I'm telling you everything, yo. I'll expose this hoe right now. Hey, Marley, drive safe. I know you must be laughing in your damn car right now. I mean, this Mark always fucking told me this shit. Nah, but all jokes aside, like, yeah, they talk like that, Maria. They talk about that shit all the time, man. Look, I don't know if you remember, there was a woman that came in here a long time ago, you know? Um, there's a woman that came in here a long time ago and she said, oh, tell me who you see in spirit. And it was on here, right? And I was like, oh, I see this woman. She looks very elegant. She wears these nice jewelry. She looks sexy, but she's older. And she's like, oh, that's my mom. Oh, my mom loves young guys, so she'll love you, Mark. I say, yeah, she already told me that I'm handsome and she would fuck me if she was in real life. And I said all of that shit, and everybody was in here laughing like crazy. And she even said, yeah, my mom's a hoe, so she'll take anything. And I started fucking dying in here because she was the woman with the spirit was hitting on me and talking shit to me, and I was laughing at her. And she was like, "Oh, I would have loved to have you back in the day," and this and that. And then the daughter even admitted that the mama was a hoe. And I was like, "Well, there you go. See, I got hoe spirits too. They're all here. It's simple. It's the way it is. It's funny, but it's true. I can't remember that chick's name, but she had me in stitches laughing over here. Well, I was fucking laughing like crazy. And she got a few readings from the mom. And the mom was like, hey. I was like, yeah, hey, how you doing? And then she'd be like, yeah, tell my daughter this, tell my daughter that. Oh, blah, blah, blah. She needs a man. She needs dick. She needs this and that. Hey, she be talking that raw shit with me all the time, talking pure shit. When I think about it, I could see her, like, and I could see when I spoke to her, I could see her in my vision sometimes. Cause she be like talking pure shit. Crazy bitch. And she be smoking cigarettes and go like this. And when I was watching her, she like one of them arrogant like type of hoods. But she's cool though. She didn't do me no harm or anything. Like I'm so humble about it because I don't know if I can tap into that. Well, the thing is, nobody really knows everything, but it's the connection you have with the reader. So when anybody can come get a reading from me, right? But the first thing, when you enter this room, the first thing that's gonna happen, right? Which I know for sure, is your spirit team is going to say, "Oh, okay, yeah, Mark's cool. He's been doing this shit for a while. I see his spirit family over there. They're giving me the thumbs up that they can trust him. Mark's gonna tell you the truth. And Mark's gonna read you and he's gonna make sure you get the information you need or make sure he tells you what he needs to tell you. So okay, we're good. Okay, well the negotiation's done. We trust this guy to read you. We'll open the door to and we'll tell him what we need to. Boom. But the most fascinating thing that I like still can't believe sometimes is how I shuffle these cards and they give me the right ones. Like that's just like the most crazy thing ever. And it's like it blows my mind every time. Like when they talk to me, that's normal to me. That's like regular shit. But when I See, sometimes spirit takes over my mouth and they talk for me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I start talking, they're the ones that are talking through me. But they're not taking over my body, but they take over my words. Like I'm listening and interpreting at the same time. But it's amazing how you have 78 cards in this deck, and really you have 156 because it's upright and reversed if you read it that way, right? Which I do. So out of 156 different meanings, how the fuck do they know what three cards to give me every time I pull three cards? And even the bottom card, the fourth card that I read all four. I read the three I lay out and the bottom one. And I have to interpret it the way you asked the question, right? I don't have to, but I'm going to. And then while I'm reading those cards, they're talking to me at the same time, saying, yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, tell them that, tell them this. Yeah, but tell them this too. Like, don't worry about them cards. I'm going to tell you the rest. I'm getting the messages through spirit because that's the thing that is the most fascinating part of reading is they give you the right cards. And that's why, like, I can't believe it sometimes how they're so accurate when they give me information that it's like, what the fuck? Sometimes it shocks me how it comes out like that. It's crazy. But it's all happening. It's just that way. Like it's just it's crazy sometimes. I think about it sometimes. I'm like, this is fucking nuts. Yeah. But the thing is, I remember a lot. I always remember. I remember. It's hard to remember everybody, but I remember a lot of readings. I don't really forget too many things. But I'm not like when people come in here and say, "Hey, Mark, what you said was true. You're accurate," or they tell me good things and whatever, or they tell me that I was right. I don't really like say, "Oh yeah, I told you I'm the best and this and that." Like you're not supposed to talk like that because if it wasn't for spirit, you'll be nothing. You'll take this big L right here. So that's why I tell people, just don't thank me, thank spirit. Thank your side and my side for coming together to get you the information, you know? And if it doesn't happen, then Spirit's trying to help you realize that you don't have to ask, they'll just deal with it on their own. But like a lot of people are not humble enough to understand that it's not you, it's the information you're getting from Spirit that you should be thankful and grateful for. But anybody who praises themselves and talk about themselves and says, "Oh yeah, I'm this and I'm that," those are the people you need to stay away from because they're gonna end up looking like fools in the end. That's why I give all the credit to Spirit. I don't give no credit to I don't I hardly give any credit to myself. Yes, I have to do the work, and yes, I have to interpret things. And yes, I have to tell you what I see. But it's still up to them. They're the ones who give me the information. And I don't like when other readers are like, "Oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. Oh, it's me, I'm this. I'm this, and yeah, I'm one of the best psychics in the world, and blah." I'm like, you keep talking like that and see how good you're gonna be. You keep running your fucking mouth. There's a woman on YouTube that her thumbnail says, "I'm the best psychic on YouTube," and I clicked on her thing, and it was all of two people in there. And I'm like, if you was the best, you'd have 200, 2,000 people in here at the same time. You wouldn't even be able to breathe. You wouldn't even be online. Because you'd be too busy answering emails and questions at home. You wouldn't have no time to go live if you was the best in the fucking world or best on YouTube, you dumb hoe. What are you talking about? That's why you only got fucking two people watching your dumb ass every day. And you're talking to the same people you talked to for years. You don't run your mouth like that. You don't do that shit. But a lot of people don't go to good readers because the good readers are gonna tell them the truth, and they don't want that. As weird as that sounds, that's how it goes. A lot of people would rather hear what they want to hear and not accept the truth from somebody who's really telling them the truth. So they rather listen to me. They know the truth. They're like, yeah, yeah, Mark's right, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll go to another reader and they're going to be like, oh, no, whoever told you that's not right. No, this is definitely going to happen. Oh, yeah, you're going to get D tomorrow twice, with your ass up in the air, too. Yeah, and then after that, you're going to get married. And then you'll get divorced, and then you have another man right after that. You're gonna have about 10 D's in 1 year. Yeah, you're gonna be loved so great. Everything's gonna be beautiful for you. Really? So Mark was wrong? Yeah, good, yes. Shut your bitch ass up. You ain't doing none of that shit. Fucking liars. I only got 1,000. I got 1,020 or something like that. And it ain't moved for months because I don't give a shit. And I'm not promoting myself. I'm not buying them. And I don't do like things like that. I don't really care how many subscribers I have because I don't even like to say what I'm about to say, but it's the truth. I'm on here making money every day, right? And I'm probably making more money than somebody who has triple or quadruple the amount of people on a subscribers list because they ain't telling the truth. They ain't getting no readings like that because they're bullshitting and they'd rather look good with views and this and that, and then when their readings don't come true and people bash them and they don't make no money, right? Then they're gonna start doing signs readings and picker cards and bullshit. That's what they're gonna do, and they're gonna go back to their day job because a lot of people are full of shit. They think that doing this and making money and robbing people is the greatest thing in the world because they're doing something that they're doing people wrong that they can't see in real life. And a lot of these people are so gullible and dumb. And I always tell people it's not even about money to me, but it provides me to pay bills, which is great. And if I really wanted to do it full time, then I would, but I don't because I don't care. And the thing is a lot of people boast and brag about how much they make and how much their readings are and all this bullshit, and then their shit's wrong because they try to outdo their channel, and it's not necessary to have all the subscribers because you can have I have 1,000 subscribers, but I have an average of 4 to 5 people in here at the same time and an average of 10 people a night that will come in here, or maybe 5 or 6 people per live that will actually sit in here and chill. Obviously, you're gonna have more people come by and not say anything because they just want to see what you're talking about or see what you're doing. So I have an average of 30 to 40 views per video. But you think I give a shit who views me or who comes around here? No, I'm catering to the people who want a reading from somebody who's gonna tell them the truth or help them or give them good advice, or you're my friend, or we got you want a message or whatever you want. You want to talk, come in here and talk shit, and do whatever you want. Like I'm cool with everybody. Like, but like that's the thing. You can't just expect, oh, because I'm got 2, 3, 4,000 subscribers, you're accurate and you're making money. No, no, no. Yeah, well, generals are the reason why people like Tyler and Rich Loop and all these other people who do like signs readings and shit. That's why people go in there because they're all broke ass mofos that can't get a reading and won't get a reading, and they just want something free and bullshit information that everybody else applies to. So every single person is going to resonate to a singles reading because it's only a certain amount of things that happens in your single life. You're either looking or you're not looking. And then when you're together, you either got a good relationship or a bad one. And how the fuck is it gonna apply to you if it's a general reading? And you, oh yo, this is my reading. Okay, well, that's because you don't want to pay for one and you're a broke ass hoe or a broke ass idiot that wants to listen to that bullshit every day. So go ahead. If that's what you want, go ahead. And those readers, right, are the readers that don't do personal readings, right? Because they're not connected 100% because they're too busy bullshitting people and robbing people blind. And when they did do private readings, they got bashed. I saw people come in their chat rooms and say, "You're full of shit. You robbed me. You overcharged me. You charged me all this money and none of this shit happened." And then they'll block them. And that's exactly what these people do on here. They're all jokes. And then because it's a male reader, they're like, "Oh my God, you're so sexy. You're so fine. Oh my God, you're so right." And these guys are like, "Yeah, I'm taking these hoes' money. I'm laughing at all of you." And then next thing you know, the person goes missing or they're blocked you and you're like, "What the hell did I do?" Hey, Brenda, how you doing? I've been on here long enough to know who's right and who's wrong and who's full of shit and who ain't. You know? I know. I've been in all those people's rooms and they're all full of shit. How you been, Brenda? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But a lot of people don't want to like pay a lot of money for a reading because they can't afford it. And it's a 50-50 situation. When you get a private reading from somebody, you can change that whole reading you get. And people don't understand that. The biggest thing we all have is free will. So if I tell you you're gonna meet a guy, you're gonna date him, and you're gonna be with him and all this stuff, right? You could say, okay, well, I met the guy that you told me. I went on a date with him. He's really nice, but you know what, Mark? He turned me off because he don't use deodorant and he stinks like hell. But you didn't tell me that in the reading, but you know what? I can't handle a person that does that. And then, he's like a mama's boy. So now that I know him, I mean, you were right. I did go on a date and I did meet this guy, but I'm not gonna tell you all those details because the cards ain't gonna tell you those things because you didn't ask. And then when you ask, you have to make sure you specifically ask certain things. See, people think that you can just ask a different question or in the same way, and you think that shit's gonna work. But you have free will to change. I can say you're gonna go on a date with this guy, and then when you meet him, you're like, I don't really want to go on a date with this guy. Like, I know Mark told me everything was, but I'm choosing not to. Or you could say, if I go to this job party tonight, is it going to be good? And I say, yeah, it's going to be good. And then at the last minute, you say, you know what? I know Mark said I was going to be okay. Or this reader said I was going to be okay, but I'm not going. I just don't feel like it. That's free will. See what I'm saying? I could tell you anything you want, but you can change every aspect of everything I say to you. And that's why I tell people nothing's guaranteed. That's why people say nothing's set in stone. It's true because you have free will to change everything I tell you. I can tell you don't do something and you're going to do it. And you're going to say, Mark, I went against what you said and I fucked up. I'm sorry, but I did it. I have free will. I changed the way you said to read. Okay, well, that's your problem. Not my problem. You want to keep paying me to do dumb shit? Then, okay, well, I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you what you can do and what you should do, and what spirit thinks you should do, but you can change it. And you just spent money for nothing. That's your problem. I'm saying there's truth. Well, the only way you can really get drained is if you like allow yourself to. Like you can't let the person drain you, and you can't let spirit drain you. You have to like you have to be kind of arrogant, and you have to be like very stern to say, look, don't fucking irritate me. Like you that one thing at a time here. Don't aggravate me. I want the message, yes, but like calm down. Let's get this shit sorted out. Let me see what I'm got working with here. Blah blah blah, that type of thing. Yeah, you have to control what you get. And that's the only way you're gonna survive. That's the only way you don't use energy. Like a lot. That's because like a lot of readers would tell you things you don't want to do because they don't have a clue what they're talking about in the first place. You know how many readers have told me that I was gonna be married. I'm gonna meet this girl. I'm gonna meet a hairdresser. I'm gonna meet this woman that does a massage. I'm gonna meet this woman. I'm gonna go away and I'm gonna fall in love with this woman. I'm gonna see her. Ain't none of that shit happen because it's all bullshit. Because a lot of people that read me, they don't want to tell me no. They don't want to tell me, oh, I don't see nobody, Mark. I'm sorry. Because they think I'm gonna get mad or they think the person's gonna get upset. You know how many people come in here and say, "Hey, Mark, when do you see love for me?" And I don't, and I say, "Look, I really don't see nothing." They get mad and they leave. They don't even say thank you because they don't want me to tell them no. They don't want me to tell. They want me to tell you a bullshit story, and I'm not gonna tell you no bullshit. But if I do see you, meeting somebody or having loving, I'm gonna tell you. That's it. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, that's why I don't really get readings too much because a lot of people won't be honest with me because they feel like because I'm a reader, they think that, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell Mark. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna tell him, but I'm gonna try and do, like, please spirit, give me something good because I like Mark. I want him to be in love, or I want him to find a woman or some shit like that, right? But I want you to tell me the truth. Look, I don't see nothing right now, and I'll be like, all right, cool, great, that's cool. I don't care. It's all good. And even if you do see, like, if you even if you do see the good things for me, it's still up to me to deal with it. It's still up to me to accept what I see and who comes towards me. So I can say, I don't care what this person just said to me. She told me I'm gonna find this chick, and I found her, but I don't really want her. Cause now that I look at her, I don't really want this person, So like I said, it's a big free will situation. Anybody can change the outcome. Yeah, but unfortunately, there's a lot of people who are full of shit on here, and a lot of people also would rather hear bullshit than hear the truth. And I don't know why people are like that, but whatever. You know. Yeah, see, right. And that's the thing. A lot of people don't want to hear no, or you're wrong, or I don't know what you're talking about, or no, that's not right. A lot of people don't want to hear that. But sometimes people will come in here just to test you and will deny things and just to make you look bad. Because some people sit in the background because it's public, right? So they can look at your channel if you have it on that setting. So they could be watching you and then they'll be saying, yeah, this mofo is getting praised. I don't really like them, dude. I don't like Mark because he's getting praised in here. All these women in here talking to him. I'm gonna disguise myself, come in here and ask for like a free message, or I'm gonna donate, right, under some bullshit name or whatever, and then get a reading and tell him everything's wrong, even if he's right, just to piss him off or just to show everybody he's not perfect to them. And people would do that because they're so corrupt and so weird. It doesn't happen often, but every now and then people would try, to do. I've seen people do it in other rooms and stuff just to troll you or to make you feel like shit or like not or deny your gift or make it seem like nobody knows you, nobody gives a fuck about you. But you can tell who's real and who's fake. And a lot of the fake readers, they can still read fake people. So even though a reader is fake, they can still read fake ass people like them. Because that's the only people that they're gonna read is other fake ass people. So that's why I explained earlier. There's two sides of the spirits. There's bad spirits and good spirits. And there's the bad spirits are the ones that want to expose the person that you're reading because they don't like them. And the good ones are gonna say, "Oh, don't do that," and they have no chance to get it because you're getting the information. So sometimes, even though our energy is great, we're bringing in great spirits. You also have the other ones out there giving the karma, and you get the messages from them sometimes, and you're like, "Oh shit," you know, I got exposed, or "Oh shit," I didn't know that was gonna happen. It's tough to analyze, to deal with, and to really like understand how it all works. Yeah. Sometimes I just do whatever. Now I have at the start of this year, I have a different mentality. Before I used to like get mad at people and tell them stop asking me the same shit, don't come in here every day. And now I just don't even care anymore. I don't care anymore because Spirit told me many times, just go ahead, read them. They're paying you. Read them, do whatever, and don't get mad because this is their karma. So allow them to get their karma. Don't try and change their karma and change their minds. This is their karma. That's why they're here. So if you want to come in here every fucking day and get a reading and talk about the same person every day, and I've already warned you to not do that, and you keep doing it, then this is your karma. So don't blame me. I'm not gonna deny you no more. You're just gonna come in here and it's gonna be your karma. So don't blame me when shit doesn't go right. Cause spirit's gonna get fed up of answering you every goddamn day. Cause they don't want that. And you shouldn't do it either, because it's not healthy to be asking readings every damn day. And I know there's people out there who ask multiple readers and spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on bullshit every day when they can just shut up and just live their life. But that's their karma. We can't. By me, you can't really like take away their karma. So you just allow things to happen. That's why I've been very lenient and very like, you know, not caring as much as people doing it every day. So if you want to do it every day, it's on you. I'm just warning you to don't do it. But you can come in here every day and ask a different question. But when you ask the same question over and over and over, Spirit's going to give you the same answer over and over and over. And your karma is wasting money, time, and energy on the same shit. Until one day you wake up and realize that all this time you could have saved your time, energy, and money and just dealt with your life accordingly like a normal person. So it's their karma. So I'm not going to try and erase your karma. If your karma is coming to me every day to ask me readings and pay me for them, then that's your karma, and it's my good one. That's it. I gave up trying to tell people not to do it. So now I just do whatever. I just answer. Sometimes I'm fed up and I want to say something, and sometimes I sarcastically say it in a nice way, but it still don't register. Yeah. Well, the thing is that's a question that if a person's asking that question, Erica, it's because they doubt their friend. You see what I'm saying? If you doubt your friend, then that's why you're asking. And the reason you're asking is because you doubt that person, right? We can ask our best friend, but they might not be exactly honest with us, right? So that's why that question gets asked, I feel, you know? Maria says, I'll take a breather, Mark. You don't ask me every day. You don't ask me every day. You don't. And even if you did, I wouldn't care because, you know, I don't, all of this stuff, I'm not addressing it to you for no reason. Hell no. I'm talking about other people. You know who I'm talking about because they come in there every fucking day and sometimes every other day. And I keep telling the same people, look, you shouldn't be getting these readings every day. And they don't care. They think it's funny. They think it's great. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to discourage you anymore. I warned you already. You want to pay my bills? Fine. You can pay my bills. And my friend, one of my best friend readers, she's a woman, and she told me, Mark, don't worry about these people. It's their karma coming to you. They want to give you money and for reading every fucking day. Take their money and pay your bills. Fuck them. And I said, yeah, I'm going to do that. I have too big of a heart to do it, but I just say fuck it. I don't even care no more. You want to come in there every day and spend money on the same question, the same shit? Hey, go ahead. Thanks. I'll pay my bills with it. It's cool. Appreciate it. Yeah. Well, sometimes there's nothing you can say, Erica, because they're just so focused on the hate or the envy or the jealousy or the what if and what and how and what do you think? One of the most popular questions is thoughts and feelings of a person because the reason that's a popular question is because people really want to know what someone thinks because they're never going to tell them. And if they do tell them, they doubt them. And that's why they need the biggest part of getting a reading is confirmation sometimes. So if you already know the answer, and then I tell you the answer that you already know, and you feel like, yes, I have confirmation. I know it's true. See, I just needed somebody else. I needed to hear it. So that's fine. If you want to come in there every day and get confirmation, that's fine with me. Because I'll tell you something that's been going on with me for years is I have two of my lady friend readers. They're very good readers, but they doubt their answers to the people that they read. So they come to me and they ask me, "Hey Mark, look, not every day. It's not every day. Maybe once a month, maybe they'll come to me if they really want have a bad situation or a client that's a pain in the ass. And they'll come to me and they say, "Hey Mark, can you check this for me? I want you to read this situation that I just did. I want to know if I'm right because it's bothering me." And I said, "Okay, sure. I'll check for them." And they'll be like, "Yeah, I got the same thing. Okay, cool." Or, "Oh, I didn't get that, but thanks for telling me." And I do it no problem because I love them. They're my friends, and I want to make sure that they're okay. They're got the right information, and they come to me all the time, and and I appreciate them doing it. But it's like I always tell both of them, you guys have got to be confident. You guys have got to be confident that Spirit's telling you the truth. You shouldn't have to come to me. And they always say the same thing. Yes, but Mark, we want confirmation. It's not that we doubt ourselves. We just want confirmation that, what we're getting. I said, but you don't need it if you believe. So I don't go to nobody for confirmation because I believe that everything I say is true. And if you believe that, then why you need confirmation for? So a lot of people are like not like me. They're not gonna be confident like that. I never go to nobody and ask them shit. And if you do, it's okay. That's what I'm here for. Or that's what your friend's here for. That's what confirmation is for. But as your friend and as a reader and as somebody who's telling you the truth right now, you should not need confirmation for anything if you already got the answer. Because that's if you believe in spirit 100%, you're gonna get 100% accuracy. If you doubt what spirit's telling you because it doesn't register to you or you have a doubt, then spirit's gonna be like, oh, what the fuck? I'm telling this fucking bitch everything. I'm telling her what to do. I'm giving you the answer, Dodo. Like, just don't worry about it. You ain't gotta go ask nobody else. I'm already told you the damn answer. And that's why spirit gets frustrated. They're like, I'm told you the truth. Why you gotta go, you're denying me, you know? That's what a lot of people don't understand. It's like you can't doubt what you get because you're getting it for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to go to nobody else. But some people just want confirmation. And I understand that now. And when I talk like this, it's not to bash I'm not bashing anyone. I'm just saying this is what happens. But if you have the mentality that I have, you won't have to worry about that. But to get to the mentality that I'm talking about, you really and truly have to believe and you have to block all doubt. I'm gonna bring this deck downstairs when I go upstairs, and when I next time I go upstairs, I'm gonna bring this deck down. I haven't used it in a long time. It's called the Fifth Agreement deck, and there's a card in there that says doubt is a powerful tool. And then on the back of the card it says something about doubting this, doubting that, and that's the most accurate card in history in my life because that saying right there, doubt is a powerful tool. Everything you doubt becomes the doubt you have becomes the most powerful tool in your mind because the more you doubt, the more powerful doubt becomes. So the more confident you become, the less doubtful you are. And if you notice, I don't ask for like clarification cards and all that bullshit. I'd rather reshuffle the whole deck and get the same cards or get like some other information if I want to like elaborate because I shouldn't even have to elaborate because I already know what I'm telling you is the right answer because I believe in spirit and what they're telling me. But there's a lot of things that people like are not focusing on properly. They just don't understand the whole concept of doing this. The more you believe, the more you receive. And I can't express that enough. But ain't nobody listens to me. They just look at me and hear me talk. But it's all good though. I try to help as much people as I can, But sometimes they ain't gonna listen to me. They don't give a fuck what I say. And trust me, I'm not right all the time and I'm not perfect. But I accept that. I accept all those things. Calm down, Tiger. Um, that's the thing. The more we believe, the more we don't even need a reading. But some people just can't help themselves. They just need confirmation or they need to hear somebody else say it. Because not everybody's going to be so confident and so, um, trustworthy and not doubtful. So I get it. I wouldn't exist on this channel if that wasn't the case. So I have to, but I still want to let people know that if you do what I do, then you won't doubt anymore. You won't have to worry about certain things anymore. You just have to put all your trust in God and in spirit and in yourself and in your mind, like, in your heart. You gotta like really, really know, like you gotta say, yeah, you know what? I know this is the right answer. I just know it. But then there's some people who like there's a person that comes in here that runs their mouth a lot and like doesn't do anything about it. And not only them, there's a lot of people who do it in other chat rooms. They run their mouths about, they are psychic and they're this and they're that and oh I had this experience, I had that experience, oh I've been reading for years and you ain't even got a fucking channel. You know what I'm saying? And if you knew deep down inside that you was gonna help people and you was gonna be good at what you're doing, then why the fuck you don't do it and stop talking about it around here or anywhere? Stop running your mouth and run your mouth on your channel and help people. Why are you saying you know this and you know that and you do this and you have a gift? The only gift you got is underneath your fucking Christmas tree. That's where your gift is. Underneath your goddamn Christmas tree. Because your gift ain't a gift from God. Because if it was, you'd use it, dumbass. Talking about you got a gift. Any gift you get is on a fucking Christmas tree. Don't talk no shit to me. That's why when people start running their mouths in these chat rooms or in here about, oh yeah, I'm this and I'm that, I don't want to prove it. Prove it then. Don't come in here and run your mouth, or don't go to somebody's chat and say, oh yeah, I'm this and that. I know a certain person that does that shit every day. Go from channel to channel and like I haven't seen the person in a while, but they go from channel to channel talking shit. Oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that. I know how to read and that. I've seen them in Marley's. I'm seeing it in my chat. I'm seeing them like all over the place, and they think that they're like, oh yeah, I read all the time, and I'm this and I'm that. Such a bitch ass up. You ain't doing enough. Yeah, of course we get offended because you're not supposed to be like running your mouth about your gift to everybody. All you got to do is go live and run your mouth to the people that come in your room and show them that you are the shit. You are connected. You can read that person's life. You can help them. You can give them advice. You can, have a client relationship with them. Yeah, either way, but people would take that in the wrong way too, Erica. People take that in the wrong way too. If you introduce yourself and say, "Oh, I'm also a reader," and all that, they'll take offense to that too. Shit, they do it too. Enough people do that shit. They always act like, "Oh, you're coming in here to steal my clients, or you're coming here to promote your channel." I let everybody do everything in here. You can say whatever you want about your channel. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, people are gonna pick and choose who they're dealing with. So you can come in my room and promote your channel every day and talk about your psychic experiences. If people go see you, they're gonna go see you. And if you're running your mouth and saying how great you are or how you had all these things, then people are gonna look at you like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I know you from when I used to go in Rising Storms channel. Because me and her are tight. We were close at one point. Now she's like, she's not really live too much. So I don't really go in her room. I don't talk to her like I used to. She got her own life, I got mine. But I love her to death. She's one of the most genuine readers I know. And I try to help her all the time. Like she's like my baby sister, you know? I try to help her all the time, but she needs to help herself too. And I've already explained that to her, but I still love her to death and I still support her every time she goes live. And she told me about you. She goes, oh, check my friend, go see her. I was like, all right, cool. I've already told you that already, but I met a lot of people in her room, and I met a lot of people like, you know, uh, through all these other channels. But but usually the people I meet on other channels end up becoming a pain in my ass because then they try to bring their bullshit over to my channel, and then I'm like, yep, whatever you say. And then people in here are like, yeah, yeah, uh yeah, whatever. But see, a lot of times I do. I wouldn't say I'm sneaky. I just like I have a way of telling somebody indirectly that you're full of shit. Or I have a way of telling people that if you think you're so great, then why you just don't prove it? You know? Don't come in here and try and prove it, because ain't nobody in here's gonna believe you anyway. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come on, you gotta go and prove yourself. Go on your channel and run your mouth and tell everybody you're this and that, and then see if they are gonna believe you or they're gonna connect with you. Don't come in here and tell me you do all this shit. You ain't done fucks for me. Why you don't read me then? Prove people read me and prove me in here. You know what I'm saying? It's like the other day when I went in your room and I got a reading from you. Boom. You told me the reading, and you know that's it. Like I'm taking the reading and I'm gonna run with it. I appreciated the energy exchange, and that's it. Bang. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit there and say to everybody, "Hey, everybody, I got a channel. I'm a medium." You know, fuck Erica, come see me indirectly. You know, I didn't even mention my channel because I don't even care about that shit. But you said, "Hey guys, go check out Mark. He's one of the people I went to," and I was like, "Okay, thanks." But I'm not gonna sit there and be like, "Yeah, guys, go check my channel. It's Mark and Mark's Terror. Here's the link. You know, I do this, I do that." I don't give a fuck. I don't want no people around me aggravating me. These are your people. You deal with them. I am got too many fucking psychos as it is. You see what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, right? I've told everybody, and not only because I'm on here live talking about it. She does, but she rates me. She rates me as one of the best ever. You know, she always tells everybody Mark's the best, and I tell everybody that she's one of the best card readers I know. And she knows how to read the cards into the story, into the question. She's very, very good, and she could be even better than she really is. But see, the thing is she's still young, and she has a lot going on in her life, and I know that because I know her personally, and I've told her millions of times, if you put your mind to it, you can be even better than you ever think you can. And her and I have collabed plenty of times on Instagram. And those were like some of the best collabs I ever had and was ever a part of because Spirit was like, oh, fuck, this is a fucking party in here. And she used to get high and drunk. And when she did, that was it. Everything came out. She'll read you like a motherfucking book with no cards. She's got mediumship skills too. I love her to death. She's one of the funniest, most coolest people I know. And she's one of the only few people I would still, deal with because like we have a mutual respect for each other, you know? Yeah, she always used to doubt herself. I built her confidence up for her. That's why I came in her room. I'm a moderator in her room, and I used to like tell her on the side, look, don't doubt yourself. Spirits got your back, woman. You're doing a great job. Don't fucking deny yourself. And she was on the right track for a long time. She still is, but I feel like she can get even better than she is. But I helped her out a lot. And I'll still help her any day of the week. No problem, because I love her to death. She's one of my favorite people on here, for sure. I rate her as one of my top 5 people that I read for and read with. Definitely. And if she recommends me to somebody or recommends somebody to me, I always take care of anybody she brings my way or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But she's good though. She's very good. Shout out to Rising Storm Terror. I love you, sweetheart. Mwah. She ain't be watching this shit. But she comes in here every now and then. She's a mod in here too. She was like one of my first moderators. Her, Elizabeth, and Barbie. Those are my like first 3 I had. Yeah, exactly. I know, Maria. I know you love me. I love you too, sweetheart. Especially when you sleep and get fun slept. Fuck, it's getting dark in here quick. What time is it? 7 o'clock? Shit, it's getting cloudy. And they said the weather was gonna switch up and get worse. But yeah, I like talking about things like this, but sometimes like I don't even like saying people's names and readers' names because then they get all mad and shit. But there's a lot of readers on here that I can name that are all idiots. But I'll leave that for another day. Okay, Maria. Yeah, that's kind of true. I try not to take nobody's shit because I don't want it. That's what Marky says. Your shit ain't my shit. Goodbye. But man, I tell you, Erica, man, it's crazy. But my advice to everybody is just keep doing your thing. Keep believing that what you're getting is right. Keep believing in everything. Believe in your readings. Believe in your talent. Believe in your what your cards are telling you. I have my ways, and I diss a lot of people. You know, I diss a lot of readers because I don't like the way they operate and I don't like what they're doing. And you know, sometimes I should just keep quiet and not say anything. But like I just don't. It's my way of like telling people, like warning you not to deal with certain people, or warning you not to go to those people. It's not because I want you to stay and get readings from me or somebody else. It's just like I know who these people are. I really know who they are. Like, you know, I've been around here so long that I know, like, you know, that how these people are. They're all a bunch of assholes, man. They really don't care about you. And that's why you gotta find a connection with the reader that really, really will care about you genuinely. And if you do that, you'll have that connection forever. It'll be a forever connection because that person will only trust you. Like, you know, yeah. And that's cool. Like, you know, because you're old enough now, you know, you told me your age the other day and you're younger than me. And but when I was your age, that's when I was like pretty much like having big confidence in myself, you know. I've been known I could do all this shit, but I just chose not to do it. But that's a good age to like really connect. And like as you get older, when you reach my age, you'll be like, yeah, I know what Mark's saying now, you know. But I love helping the young readers. I love helping anybody. I don't care how old you are, but I help a lot of people, no matter what age or whatever. But I always guide the young people to do the right thing. The young people need us because they're lost without us because we won't. They need us to tell them about the YouTube streets. You know, the YouTube streets ain't no joke. There's a lot of people in here that will bullshit you. And you know, if you can get the warning before you get bullshitted, it's good. So, and sometimes our experiences are different from others. So, and like I said, sometimes a fake reader can read a fake person, and vice versa, because the bad spirits are still working as well. That's what people can't understand. The bad ones are working just as hard as the good ones. So they will make that fake person look good, but they just won't be able to read a real person. Yeah, they do the same thing to me, but I don't really, you know, I would never take that role. I would never accept that. I don't want to be like put on a pedestal and all that shit because it's not me, it's spirit. Spirit just gives me the answers and I tell you. So without them, they're the real heroes, not me. They're the real celebrities, not me. I'm just a messenger, you know? So I never take like really serious credit for anything or want to be like put in that type of, you know, category. But it's nice to be that. It's nice for people to praise you and say, you know, you're good and all that. It brings confidence. Some people need to hear it. But like I really don't I don't want that status. I don't mind people saying that, you know, thanks a lot, you're great, you're the best, or something like that. I'll just say, okay, cool, but you know, thanks spirit at the same time. I'm only good because of them. Yeah, neither do I. I don't want this type of I don't want popularity because I've been there, done that. When I was the DJ, I was very popular, almost too popular where I didn't want to do it anymore. That's why I got out of it because it overtook my life. If people were hounding me, people were aggravating me, people act like I was like, some celebrity, and I'm like, no, no, I don't want to be that status. Goodbye. I need to get away from you freaks. That ain't happening. So I know what that life is like, and I didn't want that to happen over here. And I don't have it over here, so I'm happy. People know, like if you've known me for a while, you know I don't want it. Oh, I don't want to hear all that shit. Just treat me like a regular person. That's all I really am. You know? That's it. I don't want no like serious praise. I'll glaze my fucking cell if I have to. My dog's psyching the fuck out over here. Look at this damn dog. Look. Look at her. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? You were flipping upside down, inside out. Who you think you are? A fucking gymnastic? Huh? You're too big for all that bullshit. Hmm? What's the matter? What you huffing and puffing for? Doing cartwheels? What's the matter, baby? I'm gonna take her outside. 'Cause she probably wants to pee. I'm gonna go talk to my sister because I hear her outside uh, cleaning her car because she's gonna sell her car and she's getting a new one finally. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll be back later at some point. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.